Well, good morning, everyone. Thank you so much for taking the time to join us today for our JCU Class of 2025 Virtual Admitted Student Celebration event. We are so excited to have you all join us for this academic live stream. Just to kind of kick things off before we turn it over to our faculty who are going to share more about our Boler College of Business and some of their programs in particular, I just want to share that John Carroll once again earned the #2 spot among the best regional universities in the Midwest, according to the 2021 U.S. News and World Report Best Colleges rankings. That's because we strive for more than what's required academically, personally, and socially, and empower you to achieve what others see as improbable. We recognize that lifelong exploration connects us to endless discovery, wonder, and joy. So you'll graduate unafraid to pursue the unknown. And to share a little bit more about what that experience will look like, I want to turn it over to Al Mikiak, our Dean of the Boler College of Business.
Well, good morning, everyone, and thank you, Allison. Welcome to our celebration for the class of 2025. I want to congratulate all of you on your admission to John Carroll, and we're very excited to have you join us this fall on your adventure into higher education and into the Boler College of Business. So, Bill, why don't you just advance the slide there? So many of you might be asking the question, why do I want to go in business? And some of you might, be kind of good with numbers and thinking you might want to go into accounting or finance. That's why you're in this breakout with us. Some of you may be people persons and want to go into human resources or marketing. Some of you are good planners, good leaders, right? Maybe you're very persuasive, and maybe you just want to get a good job and earn a buck, or maybe your parents are pushing you into business. Whatever the questions you have today, I mean, that's why my colleagues and I are here from the Boler College. And of course, the heroes of the John Carroll story are our students, and we have several of them here to talk with you today as well. So whatever questions you have, we are happy to address them. So whatever, why do you want to go into business? What business do you want to go into? What kind of business person do you want to be, right? And I think those are kind of the essential questions that, we'd like to address, is what is different, what is special about the Boler College of Business. So however you frame your question, the answer is it's a great time to be in business. You want to advance the slide, Bill? So, there are a lot of challenges facing humanity today, and, there are a lot of solutions available for business people. And this is really the calling of business education at John Carroll. So we adhere to a business development, leader development model that recognizes that leaders today, right, are not just held accountable for their financial performance, but also for the social and economic performance of their organization. So the bottom line is that there are 3 bottom lines. So wherever you're coming into, thinking about business and careers, right? We are going to take you where we'll meet you where you are, right? We're going to teach you to the top with our outstanding faculty. We're going to teach you about all of business, not just the particular field that you're interested in. And we're going to support you all the way through and launch you into a fantastic career. Just several years ago, Bloomberg Business Week surveyed about 600 employers, and John Carroll's Boler College of Business ranked #1 in preparing students for the workplace. And that was nationally. It was an outstanding accomplishment of our students, because this is the, really the ultimate measure is this opinion of employers about our graduates, and we're very proud of that. So we're looking for students who really understand the role of business in society today, and that, again, want to, engage business in a more innovative, creative, and relevant way in the 21st century. So to get us started off, I'm going to turn it over to Dr. Al Nagy, our chair of the accountancy department, to talk a little bit about accounting.
Thank you, Dean Mikiak. I'd like to extend my welcome to everybody. It's Wish you could see you live, but this is the next best thing, I suppose, in a virtual setting. But welcome, and I hope to see you all on campus in the fall. As Dr. Mikiak said, my name is Al Nagy. I'm the chair and a professor in the School of Accountancy here at John Carroll. And we have an excellent program in accountancy. And I'm going to just kind of point out a few highlights here in a couple brief statements. We have an outstanding faculty that is certainly dedicated to teaching and mentoring our students both in and out of the classroom. I think that's reflective in that we are one of the few institutions worldwide that maintain AACSB accreditation, both at the department and at the college level. Now, AACSB, that is the premier accrediting agency for business schools, and only 800 colleges, or about 840 colleges worldwide, have AACSB accreditation. And of those, only 189 have dual accreditation, both at the accounting program level and at the college level. So that really puts us in an elite group as far as accounting programs go worldwide. We're very proud of that distinction. What I see as a major strength of our accountancy program is our close alliance with the accounting firms and with accounting practitioners. You'll see their presence on campus. You'll see their presence throughout our curriculum here at John Carroll. Whether it be setting up, the firms come, they set up tables in the hallways to network with our students frequently throughout the semesters. They hold a lot of presentations for our student organizations. They're frequently in our classrooms, whether doing guest presentations or helping us with experiential learning as far as group projects and cases and things of that nature. The accounting firms absolutely love the John Carroll accounting students. We are the top of their list as far as recruiting institutions within the region. They recruit our students strongly and intensely. They hire our students. We typically place 100% of our students with the accounting firms and organizations that recruit them. We have an internship program. Internships are not required, but many of our students take advantage of it. Well paid, typically throughout the spring, and then they go back to school in the summer to catch back up academically. We have our own accountancy awards banquet every spring, and this year alone, we're going to be awarding over $80,000 to our accounting students, our top accounting students, the sophomores, juniors, and seniors. And those funds are provided by the accounting firms who just absolutely support our program and can't speak enough about our students. I think a big reason for this is we're a very practical program. The accountancy department, we intentionally prepare students for careers in public accounting and for CPA licensure. It's right in our mission statement. That served us well. And I think it really brings us closer to the accounting firms and the accounting community. Last thing I want to point out along those lines is our CPA exam pass rates. We had a stellar year. The national average for CPA exam pass rate is about 53%. John Carroll, in the last go around, our students had 77% pass rate. That ranked us 23rd nationally and clearly first in Ohio. We were 77% pass rates. The other schools, Ohio State, Miami, Dayton, Case, Xavier, for example, right around mid 60s. So we were clearly the best as far as CPA exam pass rates. We're very proud of that as well. Okay, well, I'm pretty much up against it on time. I'll be glad to answer any questions that any of you have. You could either ask at the end of the session today or just reach out with me via email. Thanks, and I'm going to turn it over to my colleague, Dr. Andy Welke.
Well, thank you, Al. On behalf of the Department of Economics and Finance, I would love to welcome all of our guests today. And I'm happy to have the opportunity to tell you a little bit about our particular program. I think what makes econ a little bit interesting for many people is the fact that it's the only major within the entire John Carroll University where you have paths both through the College of Arts and Sciences as well as through Boler College. And what that allows is that there are students out there who may be uncertain, they may be multi-interested, they may have other areas of interest as well. And sometimes they feel they have to have clarity immediately on what their path happens to be. But the reality is The econ major offers some flexibility on both sides. A recurring theme that you'll notice throughout all of our programs within Boler is many of them are set up to put you in position to take nationally recognized credentialing exams. And the econ major through the Boler College of Business allows that certification to take place, where you would, after passing an exam and some work experiences, be eligible to be certified as a certified business economist. What makes John Carroll special in one regard is that we were the first undergraduate program in America to have that designation, based on one of our former alums who is very heavily involved at the national level in the business economy world. The econ major lends itself to double majors, both within the College of Arts and Sciences, but certainly within Boler as well. So it's not unusual to see econ majors who double in finance or financial planning, could be political science. We are a pathway through the Boler College that can put you in a 3-and-3 program for law school with CASE once your undergraduate experience is done. In addition, there are opportunities for minors in wide-ranging areas. And so you have a great degree of flexibility, but at the same point in time, you can anticipate that you're going to be employable. The econ major does require an internship, but many of our kids do multiple internships, and strongly encouraged. We network well with all of our alums who regularly come back, providing opportunities and are seeking the next econ major or Boler major for that matter into their organizations. I think one of the things another theme that you'll hear is the strong alumni base that all of the Boler majors draw upon. Our alums have experienced and lived the experience that we hope you're choosing to live. Once they're done, they go out and they put their fingerprints all over all kinds of leadership positions within the world of business. And I think it's important that you understand the opportunities that the alums create. They're genuinely concerned about your success and are willing to help support those efforts, just like the econ faculty happen to be as well. And with that, I'd like to turn it over to my colleague, Bill Elliott, who I think will be speaking on behalf of the finance opportunities.
Thank you, Andy. I appreciate it. I'm Dr. Bill Elliott. I'm the Mellon Chair in Finance and co-chair of the Econ and Finance Department here at John Carroll. And I'd like to also welcome you all. And of course, we're saving the best for last. All right. So I'm going to talk about two programs here. The first is the one that's been around the longest, and that's our regular finance major. And that's focused particularly on corporate finance, banking, and investment banking. So if that's a pathway that you're interested in, this is the major for you. By the way, Dean Mikiak's been asking me to find a location in New York City. I was wandering around down in Lower Manhattan, a street called Wall, and they happen to give me a spot here. If these guys make too much noise, just let me know. I apologize for that. But that's the sort of thing that our students do. I mean, many of our students end up in New York City. Many of them stay here in Cleveland and will take a job in corporate finance. There are over 50 companies that are publicly traded companies that are headquartered here in the Cleveland area, within about an hour of downtown. And those companies need people that understand finance, and their corporate finance headquarters is usually, or their department is usually located at the headquarters. So many job opportunities both here in New York. We have a large alumni group in Cleveland, or in Chicago as well.
I have no
That's a very strong job market for the students that graduate. We're also an affiliated program with the CFA Institute. And the CFA Institute is, you can think of a CFA as a corollary to a CPA, if you're more familiar with that. It's a chartered financial analyst. It's kind of the gold standard in terms of accreditation after you've done your bachelor's degree in the finance area. So let me shift over to our brand new major. That's new just as of this most recent undergraduate bulletin, and that is the Financial Planning and Wealth Management major. And you might think these things are relatively similar, but actually financial planning and wealth management, while it's grounded in economics and finance, very strongly focuses on developing skills that will help you to become a financial planner or a wealth manager. And that sort of activity is more of a people-centric, whereas the corporate finance investment banking is less so that way. So financial planners can work for large corporations, or you could start up your own small shop as a partnership with a CPA and or a CFA. But this is a brand new major that we've just started up, and we're also in that major, we have affiliated ourselves with the CFP board, and we are now a registered program of the CFP board, which is the governing body that grants the Certified Financial Planner certificate. So it's also been a popular major so far, and we've been fortunate to have a number of students join us in this new field. So right now I'll turn it back to Allison, and thank you all for coming.
Thanks, Bill, and everyone so much for sharing all this wonderful information about your programs. I know that our students that are joining us today, hoping to learn more about what it would be like to be a student in the Boler College of Business, have probably learned a great deal. And I think the next best thing would be to share a little bit from our current student perspective. So I know we have 3 students that are actually joining us today that are currently undergoing some of these programs. So if we want to maybe turn it over to them just to have them quickly introduce themselves. If you guys don't mind sharing your name, where you're coming from, if you have, if you want to share also your grad year, your particular major, and then we'll do kind of a fun one. What made you choose JCU? So we'll just kind of throw that up there. So Loretto, you're the one popping up first on my list. Do you mind going ahead and sharing that info?
Yeah, yep, I'll go. Hi everyone, my name is Loretto Eifleis. I'm a senior, so I'm going to be graduating this year at Carroll. I'm majoring in accountancy, finance, and also wealth management. I'm from Willoughby Hills, which is about 25 minutes right outside of Carroll. And also I am involved in the honors program at Carroll. And what made me choose John Carroll, I would have to say primarily, and this is a shout out to Dr. Nagy, primarily because of the accountancy program. They're just one of the best accounting programs in the state and also in the country. And also because I really wanted a smaller school where I felt that the faculty and the professors and everyone was really engaged with the students. And I can say that that has definitely happened at Carroll. You have a real close engagement with the professors. I've had classes with one professor, I've had more than one class with them, and it's really nice to see that they truly are invested in you and they truly care about you and where you're going. So
thank you for sharing that. I think next we'll turn it over to Kathleen, and she can share a little bit about herself as well.
Hi guys, I'm Kathleen McLean. I am the class of 2022, so I'm currently a junior at John Carroll. I'm majoring in economics and minoring in entrepreneurship. I'm from Bloomfield Hills, Michigan. Some things I'm involved in on campus are the Alpha Kappa Psi fraternity, the professional business fraternity. I'm the vice president of alumni relations for them, and then a couple other things. And I chose JCU because when I was looking, I found the best business schools, and then I came to John Carroll's campus, and I saw the community that John Carroll had, also how invested all the teachers were. So they all want you to do your best. Everyone on John Carroll's campus is there to help you. You have to figure out who to ask, and they'll help you through anything, for internships, but also just for like personal matters. So thank you.
And that gives me a really good excuse to share that we are currently open in a limited capacity for campus tours. So if you are interested in checking out campus, we would be more than happy to welcome you and show you guys around. And then I think the last student we have joining us today is Michael Fideli. So if you want to unmute and talk a little bit about yourself as well.
Sure. Hi, everyone. Mike Fideli. I am going to be graduating next May, so 2022. I am a double major in finance and wealth management. I'm also a minor in English. I'm from Gates Mills, Ohio, so about 20 minutes away from campus. And why I chose John Carroll, I kind of have a family legacy here with my father's a graduate, my brother, and several of my siblings and siblings-in-law, and they all studied business, and it all provided them great pathways in their career. And I think one area where John Carroll really exceeds is in professionalism. Some of the programs they have to offer, especially the Boler Professional Development Program, they really just exceed in getting the students ready for the business world. And I think just beyond what you learn in the classroom, there's also that realm of professionalism that's so necessary. And John Carroll's done such a good job preparing myself as well as all of my classmates for the business world and involving with interviewing, internships, networking. They do a really good job, and it's helped me. And I'm going to be in a good place when I graduate next May.
Awesome. And thank you for sharing about the Boler Professional Development Program, because we actually do have a session coming up at 12:15 today where students can learn more about that, as well as our Center for Career Services. So with that in mind, I would love to open it up to our prospective students that are looking to learn more about the Boler College of Business. So if you guys want to share your questions in the chat, we can have them addressed by either our faculty or our students that are here. And while we're waiting for you guys to share those, I think I'll kind of ask one that I know I get a lot. Can you three talk about maybe the professional development or internship experiences that you've been able to take advantage of or have been able to participate in?
Yeah, absolutely. Loretta, do you want to go? You might have a little more experience.
You can go first.
Okay, well, I just wanted to say that Boler, the BPD program is phenomenal. There's so much access to resume review, interview prep, which kind of gives you a leg up for the next stage. And then also I have had the great opportunity to connect with a lot of alumni, to reach out to them and talk to them about their internship experience, but then also have them kind of help me guide into their current business that they're in right now.
Yeah, and then can I just
Go ahead,
expand
Laura.
on that? I'm sorry. Yeah, just expanding on that and some previous things Dr. Welke said. There's a lot of opportunity at Carroll when it comes to finding a job, or not just finding a job, but also finding a career. I can personally say that the past 2 years, I will have professors just reach out to the class and say, hey, I have an alumni who reached out to me and is looking, for 2 Carroll kids, just for internships or for full-time jobs. The employers around the Cleveland area really admire the type of students that Carroll produces. So, I mean, there's just an incredible amount of opportunity when you come to Carroll.
And one other point I would like to emphasize is aside from the Boler Professional Development Program, a lot of the professors are former professionals. For example, my managerial accounting teacher, he was a managerial accountant. That was his career. My finance teacher, he was the chief investment officer for a company, and he was a fund manager. So there's also a great deal of experience that you get from your professors in your individual classes that is certainly so rewarding, and it gives you an idea what the world's going to be like after you leave academia and you go into your professional career.
Thank you, guys. I know one question that I also get quite often, and you guys sort of shared a little bit about this, but obviously these are rigorous majors. Can you talk a little bit about your ability to balance, your coursework with your extracurricular or leadership involvement on campus? So maybe we'll kind of follow the same order of Kathleen, then Loretto, then Mike.
Yeah, I think an important part of being on campus is being involved. It is a smaller school, but it feels big when you're involved in a bunch of different things. And I think the balance, it is a bit of schoolwork. Boler is rigorous, but it's not a challenge that you can't handle. And there's so many resources on campus that if you're struggling in your statistics class freshman year, you can go, Dr. Welke was my teacher for statistics freshman year, you can go to the Learning Commons in the library and have students who might be might be better in that area tutor you and teach you. But then also all your teachers are there to help too. I've spent so much time in teachers' office hours. So yeah, it's managed. It's rigorous. It's worth it.
Yeah, it is. I don't want to sugarcoat anything. It it is very rigorous and it's a lot of work. It's a full-time job, but at the same time, like Kathleen said, it's nothing that you can't handle. And you take on the course load, you take on the work that you know that you can handle. So, you know, if you think that you could do more and you want to go for another major, or you want to go for a minor, then you go for it and you know that you can handle it. And like Kathleen said, there are just a lot of resources there to help you. All of the faculty, all the professors are there to see where you're at and see, you know, if this is too much or if this isn't too much. And they're there to help guide you through the way, which is nice.
I agree with everything they said, and you really do have to put in the work for a lot of these classes. Dr. Elliott would know I had him for my investments class last semester, and there were several points throughout the semester where we spent an hour and a half just on Zoom on going over the material and practicing for the test or reviewing our project, because it's a rigorous course and you just have to put in the work, and the professors are always there to help you. I mean, between office hours and then private office hours that you can set up, there's plenty of opportunities to get your work done and go over the material with your professors and maintain that balance of campus life and off campus life. One benefit of being in the Cleveland area is there's so much around University Heights. So if you want an on-campus job or an off-campus job, you have that ability. I have 2 off-campus jobs, and I am able to maintain my coursework being a double major and a minor. It's a lot of work, but it doesn't change when you get into the professional world.
Great, thank you. And I know we did have a question come up in the chat that it looks like Dean Mikiak did answer, but in case you didn't have a chance to view that, the question was asking about if the majority of internships take place in the Cleveland area. And while many do, we have a variety of options in cities like Pittsburgh, Chicago, New York, and other sort of city centers where we have, you know, our wonderful alumni network that we're able to take advantage of. So that is always, I think, good to know.
Yeah, I'll add, Allison, I'm not that astute in the chat there, so I think I was answering the wrong person with the question. So anyway, I posted it out there so you can see it. But in, you know, our Chicago network is very big. I'm not sure how many of you out there are from Chicago, but we really work on a super regional kind of effort from Chicago to New York. We have very strong alumni in all the major city centers, but our alumni in Chicago actually sponsor you know, housing for students who want to do internships in Chicago. They provide housing in the loop, so right down in you know, in the thick of things, so students can, you know, do an internship, get the experience, and get it affordably. So our alumni are always reaching out, looking for opportunities to hire, recruit, and provide opportunities for all our grads.
Along those lines too, the firms that do the internship still work with the students. They want the John Carroll students. And if they're a large firm that have multiple offices throughout the nation, they will certainly work with you to try to get you an internship in your desired location. They're looking for good talent, and the John Carroll students are good talent.
We did get another question just asking about what year can you start taking courses geared towards your major?
I'll take that if you don't mind.
Mm-hmm.
Essentially, as soon as you arrive on campus, you can anticipate that your Boler experience will start. So that first year will involve a variety of courses, could be in your major or could be prerequisite towards your major, so that we anticipate you're going to have a full 4-year business course experience. You'll be bundling both the entire business core, which we think is important for later career development in terms of leadership positions that we want you to aspire to. But at the same point, could be in your accounting classes as early as your first year, your finance classes as early as your second year, econ right off the bat. And the point just simply being that you can anticipate by certainly in your sophomore year, you will have had a taste of something that you might want to direct your education toward.
Thank you, Dr. Welke. So I know we're a little bit over our end time, but if anyone has any lingering questions, we'd be happy to answer them. or you can always connect with the Office of Admission and we can put you in touch with different faculty so that you can learn a little bit more. Oh, we did get a question about the available minors. So does someone mind sharing some of the minor opportunities as well?
So the short answer to that is in business, there are four minors. In economics, we have a business minor, which typically business students aren't taking. Entrepreneurship, leadership, and did I miss one, Andy? Econ?
No, I think that's it.
That's it. And then there are 24 other minors. I think you heard Michael say he was an English minor, right? So even with your business degree, you can minor in coursework in the College of Arts and Sciences, and many of our students do languages and even in the sciences.
Yeah, I guess the only thing I would piggyback on that is that I think it requires you to be intentional about how you use your elective credits, because your core and your major in the business school won't necessarily get you to 120 credits. So explore those other areas. I think it's really important from an employment standpoint to show employers how diversified you are, how broad your interests happen to be, so that English major, English minors, or language minors, or pick whatever direction appeals to you, I think become very valuable and conversation starters to pique the interest of employers.
Thank you. So with that, I think we'll go ahead and wrap it up. But like I said, if you have any questions going forward, do not hesitate to connect with your enrollment manager so that we can put you in touch with the right people to get those specific questions answered. Take advantage of our personalized visit opportunities to connect with faculty one-on-one virtually. And I will go ahead and end this session by encouraging you to join us for the 12:15 sessions, either with our Boler Professional Development Program or our Center for Career Services. You can continue to access go.jcu.edu/celebration to view all of those live links. And we will also have recording of this session available later on so that you can go back and view anything that you want to learn a little bit more about. Thank you guys so much for joining us today, and go Blue Streaks.
Thank you.
Thank you, everybody.
Hi, thank you.